is currently 3 in the afternoon, and I got up this morning at 2 and had a decent programming session this morning, and then otherwise just been like chilling out, sorting out stuff. We did like some shopping, had some lunch, I've had my other nap, and I'm now sitting back down to programming, and I'm on the same problem I was on when I was in Cornwall. And I can't get my system authenticating properly. It just won't happen. It's thrown 404s. I don't even think it's hitting the security service. So, what I need to do is I need to figure out why that's happening. Because I don't particularly know. What I'm going to do, first things first, is at the moment I've got like a script which will generate the things that I need in the database once it's hit. I think it will hit first and then check the database. But I don't know whether it's doing that and not telling me, like in the logs. I feel like it's just not even hitting it at all. But there's a chance it's hitting the database and not recognising what's in there and then rejecting itself on that basis. But, I don't know. But, so yeah, I have some scripts at the moment that do that. The problem with that is that I have to like, it's a bit of a pain in the neck having to encrypt stuff, because it's got like an encrypted password and all that kind of things. Or a secret. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a console app which will just populate the database with all the things I need. I'm then going to hope that I do it properly, because I'm like going to basically tear down the database, do it again properly, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then back to square one a little bit. Hey, like security is the bane of my life, and it holds me back so much, but I need it. So it's one of them things where you just got to like bash your head against it until it works. But yeah, so I'm going to try my best at clearing down the database. Hopefully that fixes it. Otherwise, I've got to just strip everything back and start again. God damn. God diggity damn. Because I can log in as a user. I can log in, but I can access this API, which should be protected behind the identity server, and it's not. Well, you can't hit it. It's thrown a 404, not a 401. And I think that's because it's trying to find something in identity server, but it's not getting it, hence why I think it's a database. But it's not showing you that for security reasons. It's really difficult to tell, like I said. That's why I didn't do it! Happy days! So I've created a little exe that will populate and seed the database for me with all the things that I needed to seed it with. But then nothing really happens. Get a 404. Don't know why. Can't figure out why. It's driving me up the goddamn wall. I don't know what I've missed anymore. And all I need to do is just strip it apart and just do it again, essentially. That's like my only option at this point. Turns out it was doing what it was supposed to be doing all along. I had some exception handlers that were like redirecting to an error page, because that's what happens on like a UI page. I must have copied it from another project which has a UI. However, this project doesn't have a UI, so it doesn't have an error page, so when it redirected it got a 404. And it just hid all of that redirecting behind the scenes, and I lost about, a week. When did I start talking about this 404 thing? Just got up after my nap, so I have a nap at quarter to 6. I'm supposed to wake up at 6:15. It's 6:30 at the moment. I woke up at 6:15, and then lay in bed, and it's really difficult to wake up when like Laura's there just irradiating really lovely warm heat, and the rest of the flat is like freezing. Every time I like inch further away from it, I'm like, oh, it's cold. I had to scoot back in. But security has now, at least for this API, gotten out of my way. It's going to resurface its ugly fucking head as soon as I have to do the API gateway, and potentially the web portal thing. Now I can focus on actual business logic. Oh my god. So what I'm going to do, oh my god, is start defining the domain model and get all that stuff sorted for this thing, and then I can build the API on top of it and all that malarkey, and it's going to be great. So at this time I'm like quite hungry and I want a cup of tea, but I can't have a cup of tea because I've got to wait for Laura to have a cup of tea, because I don't want just because I'm awake more often to mean that I drink more tea in the day. So I try and wait for Laura to have tea with breakfast. But on a work day I'd be having tea right now, so that's why I feel like I should have tea. Right, it's been a while, but I'm going to the gym. It's been a good couple of months since I last went, but I now think I can finally go and quit, so that's what I'm going to go and do, boy. It's easier than I thought it would be. It's been late. They email you your membership card when you first join, your membership number, but God knows where that email's gone. I don't know, I think I've got problems with my old main account, my old like trashy fucking like spam account. It's just like half the emails up to a certain point have just like gone, so don't know what's going on there, but who knows. Anyway, back home, it's bloody freezing. I'm a little bit tired. I missed my lunchtime nap because we were in town. Me and Laura went shopping. She got a load of stuff. I didn't. I almost bought a hoodie, but it was too thin. I'm looking for like a dark grey hoodie, but I can't find one. I literally cannot find one anywhere because they're always like a horrible like tracksuit grey. But there was an All Saints one, but it was really, really thin, so not for me. When I was quitting the gym, Laura was out for a run. You can tell who is the fitness person in this relationship. Otherwise, I'm at that annoying point in a project where I'm kind of like starting to propagate through into this project, and I'm like building domain models and then tearing them down, and then building them up again and tearing them down, and trying to decide like how I'm going to do that bit. And it's quite annoying, to be honest with you. Keep kind of like doing it and then backing down and then doing it again and then backing down. And I just kind of need to commit and then commit to being wrong. Like, it's alright to be wrong and then come back through and fix it. But I'm just trying to do it right the first time, and I'm really bad at trying to do it right the first time every time. Since I've come back from holiday, the kids have gone back to school, so traffic on the way to work is atrocious, and I'm running late, and that's not good. But fortunately, I did have a very productive morning this morning. I managed to churn through a lot of stuff. I've made a good dent into the beginning of this new microservice. I'm doing well. The weather is lovely and freezing this morning. It's great. It's the kind of weather where I'd rather put mittens on than vlog. When I went back to bed for my nap today, I realised, because I obviously get up at 2, go to bed at about quarter to 6 and wake up at 4:15. I realised how bloody cold our bedroom is. Laura's got the window open, like wide open. It's fucking freezing in there, and she's moaning that she's getting a cold. I'm like, this can't be good for you. Like rolled up into a little tight little ball. She's literally like a furnace underneath the duvet, but then a little head sticking out, cold as ice. People give me jib for not putting the heating on and stuff like that, which we've refused to put the heating on until it's really cold. We're just going through a cold snap at the moment. It's not the same thing. Laura's the one with the bloody windows open. It's madness. To be fair, we don't put the heating on because the heating is really annoying. Like we have like next to no control over it. If I could put it on for certain periods of time, I probably would by now. It's a storage heater, so you put it on and then it's on all night. Is that how it works? Yeah, you put it on and then it's on all night and all day. Although it's only on for like certain periods of time during night and day, because it charges overnight and then like releases its energy in the day. If I could control it to be on the hour we wake up and the hour before we go to bed, I would. Alright? I do have a little fire. Oh no. The Christmas market's coming to Bath. Can I get through here? Yeah, okay. Oh god, the Christmas market's coming to Bath, which means I'm going to be late home as well as going, because it gets so busy. We do have a little electric fire, which we put on every now and again if it gets a bit nippy. But it's literally like just putting a hairdryer on in the corner of the room. That's all it does. To clarify, I really like the Christmas market in Bath. It's really good, but it's so busy. It takes over the entire city, and it's going to be difficult to venture out at lunchtime or go home on time, as I've got to punch through everyone to get to my bus. We'll have to find a different way to the bus stop, I think. But I do love a good Christmas market, so I will make the most of it at lunchtime or whatever in between naps. Right, I need to quickly go and buy some snacks for my holiday tax, and then I need to go and catch up with whatever's been going on at work while I'm in my absence. Yes! Those chocolate ginger biscuits are... Oh, the best thing about them as well is only 3 of us like them out of a team of 7, so more for us. Back into it today, caught up on stuff, and we're just kind of churning through things. I think we need a period of time where we're just kind of like, in both work and at home, where we just kind of like head down and just fucking do it, you know. something as well, which I'm kind of finding quite annoying, is the sense that the way that I'm like generating the code and stuff for my own world, I keep going back to the way we're doing it at work, and I'm like, why are we making this decision? Because I feel like the one I'm making is just way better. Like the like frameworks, the way I'm like returning things and all this kind of stuff, the way everything's being wrapped and encapsulated, it works so much better. But it's like these, I think the like ideas around being purist is a thing that we have at work where it's relatively problem. Like for example, we use CQRS, and in general for commands you're not supposed to return anything. So we have something at the moment that checks whether something exists. So that's a query. Runs a query. Does this exist? Yay, nay, no. Okay, cool. I'm going to create one. But I don't know what I just created. I don't know the ID. I don't know anything. So I now have to run a query to get what I just had out. Then I need to do the next thing, the thing that I actually wanted to do, the update or whatever. For example, it's like 4 bloody steps. Feels like 4 times hitting the database. I understand like the read, that's separate. But the command, surely it can return a HTTP request. Basically what I've been doing is I've been building HTTP style responses into basically everything. It's great. And I've just done that with NuGet packaged up a validation error jobber and stuff for my home stuff. But yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm saying, but I basically think, because I basically don't have complete creative control over it, I feel like we have to make compromises on things, and I don't necessarily think the compromises are very good. And I'm like, god damn, so you have to like put your head down and be like, just do it. Instead of trying to fight it and change things and try and improve it, it's just a case of, right, we just need to head down and do it now. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. Instead of being like, oh, but what about? Nobody got time for that, because when you got time for that? Forgot my crisps today, so I had really sorry sandwiches for myself. God damn it, I hate a day where I forget crisps, because the sandwich is always shit without crisps. Also, the worst part about transitioning off of my sleep cycle thing and back onto my sleep cycle is I'm now really bad at napping. So I'm not napping very well at work, at home, at any point basically. And I'm just like, I've got to fight through that bit where you burn out and then nap really heavily, and I've got to like keep dragging myself up out of the deep sleep and slash naps until I get back into that system again. It's hard work. God damn, that feeling when you thought you'd gotten away from doing security stuff and then you get a 403 for a pretty obvious reason. I'm like, no, I forgot to wire that bit up. Doing like claims-based authentication. Authorization, sorry. I forgot to like actually wire up the claims to the roles. So I'm just gonna do that now, and I'm like, no. Also, my woke up this morning at 2, and my brain was like, ooh, trying real hard to trick me to stay into bed. I stayed there for like 20 minutes. I'm like, nope, don't fall back to sleep, you little bitch. Get off. So I'm going through that stage where you've got to kind of like force yourself. You've got to bully yourself into napping properly. Until I can force myself into napping properly, it's going to be hard. But failing will only make it harder to nap properly, which will make it harder to carry on. It's a vicious cycle. The roll thing I'm doing isn't actually too bad. It's just a bit annoying because it has to be done in like a separate NuGet package, so it can be shared across every single web project. So it's a bit of a pain, but it's not like the end of the world. I managed to get focused on it. I'll probably get it done by the end of today, not even the beginning of tomorrow, so that should be good. I should get a nice chunk of programming time when I get home tonight. I consistently get about 3 hours of programming when I wake up. So every day I can get 3 hours, but today in particular, Laura's got a netball match, so I will have an extra hour because I'm waiting for her for dinner. So I'll go home, have a nap, program until she gets home, and then do dinner. So apparently we have about a week before this opens. It's apparently next Thursday, so enjoy this walk while you can, because after this I'm going to have to go around the back of along the main road, which is not going to be nice. I don't even think you can comprehend how busy this place is without actually coming to it. Like, It's madness. It's so busy. Maybe it's, I wonder if it's busy or just because the place is small, but like the market takes over the city, so much so that the residents in the city are like, we don't want it here for longer than X. So I think it's only on for like 2 weeks, whereas most people have it for like a month. The one in Bristol's already started, and that will long surpass this one. But yeah, look, it's here as well. I have a day of head down, refactoring, testing, all of that good stuff. Because we need to get this story out of the way, you know? It can't be a good sign just how like stressful our code base is to work with. It's just so stress inducing. I think we just need to draw a line under this story and just get it out of the way, and we're not able to do that. And also, like, the epic we're working on is so confined into one area, we basically don't get any breathing space. I'm back, I'm all napped out, starting to get good at napping. I napped at lunchtime, just napped there, all good in the hood. I'm looking for my work bag so that I can get my laptop. I'm actually not looking for my laptop. What I'm looking for is my biscuit. There they are, boy. People at work were a bit slow eating on my biscuits, so I brought it home. Yeah, boy. Laura wanted some of them, so I saved these. So Laura's gonna get back here like around 8ish, I think we're cooking dinner for. So I think I have about 45 minutes of time. 45 minutes of time, blue it, boy. Oh, god damn, I need to chill. Now look, I'm not the kind of person who has a photo as a background picture on my phone. I'm normally like a plain black, kind of like a plain abstract image on my background. I don't like it to be distracting. But I took this photo in Cornwall and I'm friggin' obsessed with it, man. It is just so... It's such a good photo. I'm so proud of it. You can't, like... Oh man. This is literally the only place where I use... Like, I took this photo at Bristol Zoo and it's really cool. I'm a big fan. That's the only photo I really use. Like, as you can see on this one, I've literally just got this owl, which is like a predefined... Well, it's not, I went out and got this background. But I like it because it's just black. But that just looks so goddamn good. God damn. I would put that up here, but I mean, come on. Come on. I need to put this Babbers on friggin' Instagram right now. Minor distraction. I am very quickly generating a release definition for a new Nougat package that I've just thrown together for the security role stuff. I am friggin' gotta do that, and then I've got to put the pan on and get some water on the boil for some spuds because Laura's on her way. Boom, boyo. There's that sorted, which means I can now add rolls in the morning. That can be reused across all of my projects as well, which is dope. God damn. So far, obviously it's only Tuesday, but so far this week, on average, I've spent 3 hours and 45 minutes programming my own project. Every day. Had some minor issues with that Nougat package, doesn't quite work. But what I realised was that I'd imported the wrong Nougat package and I was on the old version. Honest, I'm not sure how I got an out-of-date Nougat package in there. Because it's not like I could have copied and pasted it from somewhere that wasn't, it was already old. There's some semi-significant changes to the ASP.NET identity stuff in .NET Core, which caused us issues at work as well. So I'm just kind of going through that pain trying to figure out how to do it. It's not something I've messed around with before. So that's going well, but on good news, I think I'm into my sleeping cycle. I think I'm like properly down. Woke up today, 5 minutes to 2, and was like, oh, let's get up, let's go do some work. Didn't even need my alarm this morning, although I did have my alarm to wake up after my morning nap. But that's good. That's a good thing. My alarms are waking me up in morning naps and other naps, which means that I'm actually sleeping, which is good. I feel like I'm more into it now than I ever have. Like it's actually like getting easy again. I've used to, I don't think it's ever got to the easy point, but it's getting to that point at the moment, which I'm happy about. Just got to stay vigilant. Probably end this video though after this, because after today, because it's getting a bit long. I apologise, but I have some news for tomorrow for the next video, so it kind of makes sense. Otherwise, friggin' everyone's just staring at me as I vlog. I need to start thinking about Christmas presents as well. I haven't done a lot of thought into that yet. I also need to use the rest of my holiday up. I need to book some days holiday in. That's the first thing I'm going to do is when I get in. Just smash 2 random days in. And then I need to start thinking about presents. I've also got to finish this fucking Nougat package. It's so stressful. Not Nougat package, sorry. User story. Rather annoyingly, I have missed my evening nap because I was on the phone to Dad for like way over an hour, which was fun. Nice. Like, I enjoyed the conversation. But annoying. Contents of this box, ladies and gentlemen. You could own part of it. You're gonna have to come back into my next video to find out why though. So, yeah, like I say, I was driving home and then Dad rung. And I normally don't answer because I'm obviously driving, but I put him on loudspeaker and then literally I only just put the phone down and it's about an hour later. So that was ridiculous. And I'm like in bed in pyjamas. Literally like, okay, as soon as he goes, I'm gonna go to sleep. But then it got to the point where like I need to wake up in 5 minutes. I'm just gonna get dressed and head on out to the post office to pick this up for Laura because Laura's not around and she needs it today. So, god damn. I might have to go to bed early to make sure I have my right amount of sleep because I've obviously missed it. Also, something that's annoying, it hasn't rained today, but the floor's wet. Welcome to winter. Basically, although it is starting to spit now, basically in winter it's always wet and so you can never longboard, which is sad times. So I had to walk up. So, like I say, sad times. Work today, we managed to get things through. We've chucked it over half of the fence, the PR is ready and signed off, I believe. It's such a massive, like to do the merge, I squashed the commits. We basically did all of the chunky stuff on a separate branch, squashed the commits, merged it into the branch we actually want to merge back into master. And we had 12 commits and touched 150 files, which is obviously a potty in the park. So some poor bastard had to go and pull request that, which I don't feel sorry for them. Because I swear I get massive pull requests all the time. So we should be able to put that up into test tomorrow. Means we'll have planning tomorrow. Try and plan something in for the end of the sprint, which is Tuesday. I'm acutely aware of the fact that, like, this, well, in particular, this story just took us a long time. I was away for a week, and not as much progress as I would have liked was made on it in my absence. Which basically is like just fucked us for this sprint. Because in theory, this should have been finished like this point last week. It should have been signed off by. But to be fair, we did have to do a lot of mopping up because the other team made a load of bad choices. But yeah, I feel like we fucked up big time, and it's going to take us a while to like rebalance ourselves, I guess. And I'm trying to like, because I understand, like, if you're on your own, it's going to be hard to get stuff done. But also I've got like the business on the other side being like, yeah, but why are things taking a long time? And I've got someone else on the other side who's genuinely done like a lot of good work. I've got to like kind of half defend, but also half be like, this could have gone a lot smoother than it did. But anyway, that's by the by, that's work. Anyway, I need to get this home and then I'm cooking myself pine chips for dinner, which I'm looking forward to. Really, I should have just conceded to the fact that I wasn't going to get a nap and go out and get this done, and then I could have got back at a semi-reasonable time. But by the time I've done a pie tonight, it's going to be pretty late. Obviously, I designed my sleep cycle so that I can miss naps and it doesn't matter. Like, as you can tell, I'm not tired at the moment, even though I've missed a nap, and I was tired running up to that nap. But I'm hoping that that doesn't fuck me, because like I just got to the point where like I was doing it well. You know, literally this morning I'm like, I'm into it, I've nailed it. But hopefully that doesn't screw me over. I've just got to be extra vigilant tonight to make sure that I wake up at the correct time. I believe tonight the plan is Peaky Blinders and then bed. Immediately after. You know what I've been conspired against, everybody? I've literally been conspired against because not only did I have to do all that stuff earlier, now Laura's not coming back till late. I'm not allowed to watch Peaky Blinders, which is about to start, and I'm pissed because people are going to talk about it at work, and I'm going to be like, no, shut your mouth. What do I do? What do I do now? Do I go to bed at 10 like I was planning when Laura won't even be back? Do I fit in a nap now? If I like nap now and then like shift the order of my stuff, so no, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. Hopefully she comes back before I have to go to bed. Please. I have some weird debugging to do in a NuGet package, which is never fun. Never. Ever fun. After my Windows update, I am going to debug that by brute force. Brute force, and while I'm doing that, I'll watch an episode of Suits to take my mind off the fact that I can't watch Peaky Blinders. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to play it by ear, but if Laura doesn't come back by 11, then there isn't much I can do really, because I'm going to be too tired. I'm going to be like dead, basically, by that point. I need to stay on it though, because I need to keep up the napping and stuff. If I just fuck up my system now, it's going to go. So it's going to all be lost. It used to be this really nice way of doing claim mapping in identity stuff. There's just this nice little thing, you just hook into it, it's fine, then it gets called by the infrastructure in the middleware. It's been just gutted for, for Identity 2.0. And there's this field here, right, where it says inbound JWT claim type map. And the documentation on it specifies inbound claim type map, sounds good, for JWT tokens, brackets, mainly used to disable the annoying default behaviour of the Microsoft JWT handler. That's on the Identity Server project. Right? If you search that in Google, you know how many search results come back? Fucking zero. Literally zero. This is like attempt 3. I've tried to do a user claims factory, but it's in 3.0 betas, not in 2.0, the standard one. I've tried to use the old way. I've tried to use iClaims transforms. Don't know how iClaims transformations work. Like, they're not being called. It won't breakpoint in for its life. It's doing my freaking nutting. From what I can tell, they made something that was designed so that you can add claims based on, like, you can manipulate a user's claims on a different API so that your identity server didn't need to know about implementation details of the different microservices. So my identity server doesn't need to be updated every time a microservice decides that it has a new claim. And instead, that defines rules. Those rules can be mapped into claims on that service. They changed that into something which only works on the fucking identity server. What's the point? Oh. It's nearly 10, Laura. I managed to track down the source code for the original claims transformation handler and middleware that was taken out as part of the move to 2.0. What do you reckon the chances are of being able to just smash it in? The thing is, it was obviously deliberately taken out as part of 2.0. They deliberately removed this shit. Why? I can't see an obvious reason why. To be honest with you, it looks like it looks like it'd work. Why was it removed? Why were you removed, boy? I think I can write a copy of it for 2.0 with relative ease, he says. Basically, the solution for this is I need to write my own middleware. And having the original can't hurt, can it? So that's what I'm going to do. But it's late. It's 20 to 11. I've not had any messages, so I'm going to relax a little bit. I'm probably going to end up staying up, and then, because I'm not actually feeling all that tired yet. Maybe it's because I've not sat and watched TV. Maybe that's the bit that makes me feel tired. I haven't had a cup of tea either, man. What? You know the rules. As soon as you make a cup of tea, Laura will ring and ask for a lift. Always does it. So my plan is go to bed later, and I'm going to shift my sleep thing a little bit. So if I go to bed at 12, I'll wake up at 3 instead of 11 and 2. That should work. Part of the story as well is, well, if you're going to make a nougat package for something, don't make it in the nougat. If it's like in any way, shape or form semi-involved, do it in place. Make sure it works, then pull it into a nougat package. Don't put it in a nougat package, try and fuck around with it, realise that it's got the wrong frameworks in it, etc, etc. I'll make myself a cup of tea. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Goddamn girl! Offered the same olive branch that she offers me. When I go snooker, it's like, you ask me for a lift, I can pick you up at 11, no later. Look at me though, I'm going to end up staying up. I always go way out my way for Bubba. I'd do anything for her. She wouldn't do anything for me though. She'd be in her pyjamas by now, asleep. She's going to Uber with a work friend. God damn. Okay, I'm going to bed. It's only 11:15, so it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Should I set my alarm for 12:30 instead of 12? Probably I should, to play by the rules, especially because I didn't have a nap. But we'll see. Anyway, come back for tomorrow and for next video, Bubba, to find out what's in that box. Just called you Bubba there. It's gonna be a surprise. but it's going to be one that you might think is cool. I'll catch you later.